I want to cut across to Rahul Srivastav, our National Affairs Editor, because what's really happened, viewers, now is the government is in a catch-22. The government would go back and try and say if it can send another proposal, but the farmers have drawn that line in the sand, Rahul, where they say now that it's no longer Chalo Delhi, it's Gherao Delhi. The numbers will peak, the agitation will peak, and the government will need to relent.
Preeti, the government is searching deeper in its pockets. The farmers, by rejecting the proposals from the government, has pushed the government back to the drawing board. What actually it means is that if the government had a strategy vis-a-vis the negotiations with the farm unions, the farm unions, it seems, also had a strategy. What has happened in the last 1 week at least is that from seeking clarifications, providing objections, asking the government to give proposals, the farm unions have brought the government to a point where in black and white what is available are a few amendments to the laws that were created by this government, while the farmers have steadfastly held that they want the repealing of the bill. So in public domain, what is there in black and white is are only these amendments and promises that the government has made, no firm commitment as far as the main demands of the farm unions are concerned. And that is why the farm unions feel that they are in a position of advantage right now. If they were not escalating their protest till now, they have already announced that they are going to do that. And how the government gets out of this situation becomes much more tricky now. Why? Because after having gone so far, having proposed the maximum that it could have done and stated that this is the ceiling to what we can offer, the government cannot really, government can't really say, let's go back to talking once again. And since there will be no talking, that vacuum of conversation between the government attempt to create a point of convergence will help the farmers, the farm unions to escalate their protests. I think the government is terribly caught in a bind.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Rahul. Let's cut across right now to the Shingu border where my colleague Moshmi joins us. Moshmi, break it down for us. Starting tomorrow, how is this agitation going to peak right now?
Preeti, if you see that Singhu border has been the nerve point, the nerve center of this entire agitation, and it is from here that the farm leaders have clearly laid out the schedule as far as their revolt or their intensifying their agitation is concerned. And primarily, starting from right now, they are planning to junk Reliance and Jio SIMs as a mark of protest. And then on the 12th, there will be a blockage of the Delhi-Jaipur highway, and that is symbolically very important, because remember, already many lifelines to Delhi have already been choked, and thereafter, the agitation would in fact intensify on the 14th as well, with various farm units of various states in fact protesting at the headquarters of the farm unions, and that's very important because this protest they are taking from Delhi to the nook and corners of the country. And remember that first Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, all the Hindi hinterland states have joined the chorus, and now they are planning to pan it out from north to south and east to west. So importantly, more people as they join this agitation, more headache it will create for the government. And even as we walk and talk, there are people who are coming out, handing over water, handing over food, and that's the spirit of this entire protest, Preeti. It's got a big, very, very huge heart, and that has struck a very, very sensitive chord with the entire country.
Well, not just the country, definitely the government. What is the government going to do? The government says will not take back the laws. Now what? How will the government deal with this agitation, which would be peaking in days to come? Let's appreciate you joining us, Mosh.